Hey guys, I'm giving back here for that video, guys. Welcome back to an episode of my How Much Has Things Changed Over the Last 23 Years series. Guys, today we're looking at Detroit Lions Stadium in Madden 2002, and we're going all the way up to Madden 25. So today we're going to be looking at the Detroit Lions Stadium in Madden 22, Madden 23, excuse me, not 23. If it hasn't changed at all, I skip the Maddens. So for example, Madden 2002 to Madden 2005 or Madden 2002 to Madden 2004 is exactly the same for Detroit Lions Stadium. So we're skipping 03 and 04. There is literally no change. So 2005 will be the second Madden we look at. Then we're going to be looking at 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, Madden 25, which is not the most recent. We're talking about 2014 version. And then Madden 15 and then Madden 16. Then we will skip forward to Madden 19 and take a look at Madden 25. Second edition. You know, the Madden 2025. It's confusing because they decided to call it the same freaking name twice, okay? So, again, this is Madden 2005 right here. We are doing a lot of Madden 05s, like Madden with 5s in there. Man. Anyway, we did this before with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'll be honest, it actually went a lot better than expected. Looking at the stadiums, they actually did change a lot over the years. Now, not always does EA Sports change a lot. Keep that in mind. Sometimes they make small, minuscule updates, and you're going to see it as we go throughout here. For example, the camera update where they, fixed the camera, like zooming in, zooming out, wasn't until Madden, I think 06 or 07. Where it's like the camera's actually breaking out enough that you can actually see everything. For some reason before that, the camera was kind of like this, which is iffy. And this is Madden 06, by the way. But for the most part, we went from the 2002, which was the old Lions Stadium, to now Ford Field. And it's kind of funny how over the years, Ford Field, again, even though it is different, it looks very similar. It's like it's different, but it's the same. That's kind of how I look at Ford Field at this point. Now, all of these stadiums you're going to see as we go throughout Madden 19 and Madden 25, there are outsides of the stadiums in Madden 19. Actually, no, there's not. There's no outside of a stadium in Madden 19. But Madden 25, there is an outside of the stadium. And we will be looking at the outside of the stadium in Madden 25. But all these stadiums before Madden 25 did not have an outside of the stadium. Well, Madden 22, 23, 24 did. But for Madden 19 below, there was no outside of the stadiums. Every stadium on the outside was just a blank canvas. If you guys have ever played Madden franchise mode and you moved a team to a new location, it's the same concept like that. There is no outside. It's just a blank canvas of nothingness, which, it is what it is. As always, if we can't see the outside, is there really a point to have an outside of a stadium, I guess? That's kind of EA Sports' motto. Well, was. That has changed greatly. Now they put more details on the outside of the stadium than the inside of the stadium. And, well, you're not going to be able to see it. So, shout out to EA Sports. It's in the game. Because that's what they do. For some reason. EA never fails to surprise me. But what I will say is Jumbotrons, as we saw in the very beginning, 2002, and I think it does actually come back in effect in 9 and 10. Jumbotrons in Madden 26, I hope EA Sports actually adds something to them and not just makes them a freaking place for the logo to just flash over and over again. I would still love to be able to look at the Jumbotron and see something, like see the actual field, see something's going on. I'm sure there would be a chance here that I would end up like messing up, looking at the Jumbotron, not focusing on the field, and then blame EA Sports for it. But that's like, part of the whole tradition. You gotta blame EA Sports for, that crap somehow, some way, So let's just see. You can see like there is no outside. You look toward the outside and there is no outside. So it is a pluffable of nothing burgers outside. Which I do kind of find funny is what they do. And if you've seen my Madden 25, which we're going to look at later today, well, not later today, later in this video, is you'll see with Madden 25, it actually does have the outside. There's like a light thing that goes around the stadium, and that's how it always looks bright on the outside no matter what, is because they have like a light filter that goes on the outside of the actual stadium, which makes it look kind of realistic, like it's sunny out, but also not at all, because when you really know about the hidden techniques EA Sports uses, you could tell it's not really sunny out and it's just like a white light. EA Sports, gotta love them. Anyway, this is something we did see in this Madden, was it shows like penalty on the board, or it shows like whatever, like if it's a touchdown, we'll say touchdown. I like those little extra features. Again, like I said, at the end of the day, I like the extra features. I like the extra, here and there things going on. EA Sports doesn't always love them. Also for the tunnels, so what we saw at the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium was the tunnels actually were like nothing burgers. Like they were not used at all, and there was no inside of the tunnels. And if you know anything from my series of no clipping, tunnels are really a huge factor when it comes to Madden. The tunnels are like crazy insane, some of them in some of the stadiums. Well, for this stadium, tunnels do actually start to become a thing early on in this. So, for example, in Madden, I think 2005 was when we first saw actual tunnels. How I'll put it is like this. It's not really anything until Madden 19, Madden 25, okay? Tunnels in this for Detroit Lions Stadium, it does have that little curved tunnel that goes up and curves around, which is cool, but it's nothing really special with it. It literally just goes into blank nothingness like most of them do. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty much nothing until Madden 25. That's when you're actually going to see a real tunnel, like you go in and it actually has something inside there. Most of the time, what EA Sports did with these older games was anything you could see, they made sure that you couldn't see an angle where it would be like emptiness, right? So that's kind of how they did it, and it works for the video sake, it works for gaming, but if you can't see it, it's not there. That's pretty much how these old Maddens worked. If you can't see the thing, then there is nothing there. If you can see it, then there is something there and you're seeing whatever is there. But if you can't see it, don't worry about it. It's not going to be there. And then Madden 25, it's like, if you can't see it, it's probably there. Absolutely 100%. There is a huge area there that you just can't see. Ooh, fumble. That's another thing they need to bring back. Fumble. Fummerooski. Give us a house rules with Fummerooskis in it. Come on, EA. Drop the W's. Also, when it comes to these, I try to make them like a minute long. These, like looking at each of these fields. There isn't really much to look at when you don't know clip, but I try to get a generalized look around. If you guys want me to zoom into things more, definitely tell me down below and we'll do so. But for the most part, again, I've just been kind of like, slowly zooming around, slowly looking at things, but again, like I said, if you want me to look at more of the advertisements, because some of these older games, they actually had advertisements that were actually cool. It wasn't made up ones like Colossal Burgers. It was actual like, NFL Streets and old other video games that was in Madden that is cool to see them, advertising in Madden. So like NFL Streets, you had Backbreakers, you had NFL Blitz as some of the sponsors. Pretty much EA just used Madden as a blank canvas to be able to promote their other games, which it works. It works. That's what I'll say. It somewhat works because it's actually kind of fun to look at. But this is... Are we on Madden 19 already? I think, yeah, we are on Madden 19. No, wait. This is Madden 19. Yeah, we're on Madden 19 already. I didn't realize how fast we went through here. So, for example, now we can look in the tunnel. And we are also now no clipping. And you can see this is what the tunnel looks like. And this is what the tunnel would look like on any other Detroit Lions stadium. That's why, you know, that's another reason why I'm not no clipping through these stadiums. Like, I could no clip through all these stadiums you're looking at today, but there's no reason to. Because if I no clip through these stadiums, all you're going to see is nothingness on the outside of the stadiums, right? You're just going to see this white light and it's going to be burning your eyes in every way possible. So you're not really missing out on anything because of that. But right here, we do actually have some sponsors, which is cool, like the little food sponsors. Again, this is something that wasn't in the previous Madden, so kind of cool that we're getting it here. But going throughout here, and again, yeah, you got that void. You got that beautiful void on the outside of the stadium. Gotta freaking love it. Everything you're about to see in Madden 25 in Madden 19 was just on the inside of the stadium. Like, they just put everything on Madden for Madden 19 on Madden 25 on the inside of the stadium for Madden 19, which it keeps that whole perspective that you can see stuff in the field, you know. Got to give EA Sports props for that. Oh my lordy, this cesspool of lights. I do love how there was a sign right there, and there's actually signs and stuff, but it's just a cesspool of freaking lights like every 3 centimeters, which... it's blinding. I feel like there's a SpongeBob reference here, but I can't think of one right now. The light, it burns, maybe? I don't know. There was definitely a SpongeBob reference there. But this is what the stadium looks like. And holy moly, is this like... It's the correct general shape, right? It's the correct general shape on the outside. And that works. Let's now go to the good game, Madden NFL 25, and let's actually skip forward here because Madden 19 again isn't bad. It's so weird because if you see the other Madden 19 stadiums, they weren't void stadiums, and even the Cowboys stadium isn't a void stadium. The Cowboys stadium is a humongous stadium on the outside, has great area outside, and that's for Madden 19, you know, not just Madden 25. Madden 19's outside is like freaking amazing. So I don't know how they found a way to not have an outside for Madden 19 but whatever. So right here we have Madden NFL 25, the latest and greatest, your favorite game that nobody loved. Oh, man. I love Madden. I love Madden in general. Been covering Madden for like freaking 12 plus years. So it's fun. It's fun. That's what I'll say. But let's just see this. So we are going to be no clipping throughout this stadium. And again, this is an actual outside of the stadium. EA Sports, for all their L's they take, they do a really good job of giving us an outside of the stadiums for Madden 25. And they do a good job of putting more detail in this than the actual gameplay. It is what it is. But as we see on the outside here, we do have our little inside area here, which for some reason is dark as anything. I still don't understand why this area is so freaking dark, but I guess that's just kind of how they rock and roll. The tunnels, let's go through the tunnels real fast. So tunnels are actually pretty cool when it comes to this. They actually have like the inside does have like little signs. It says speed limit and then Detroit Lions locker room up there. So that's cool. It says One Pride. It actually has the logos and stuff like that on it. Again, it's little things like this that's always fun to actually, you know, see in Madden. And the little detail that we can't see as fans, but EA Sports does actually put in, you know, extra detail for those, you know. I mean, this is your team. You're going to want that extra detail, right? So, let's see. Got Jumbotrons. I still think it looks better when I put the SoFi Jumbotron on in the stadium. That was still one of my favorite freaking things I've ever done in a stadium. If you guys have not seen that, check out the channel. But I put like different Jumbotrons. I took off the roof of Ford Field. And without the roof, I actually think it looks really freaking good. It's definitely not something that everyone agrees with, but I think without the roof, it actually looks pretty cool. Maybe in the future, retractable roof. Maybe. Probably not, but, you know, hey. Possibilities, okay. Then you got downtown Detroit. And based on what I understand, they did a really good job of like right around the stadium. But you guys told me down below, outside of that, it's kind of like not really accurate. But right around the stadium, it is very, very accurate, which is cool. And it looks really good. We got the trees. We got cars all the way around with custom license plates. Okay. Custom license plates as well, which I love. I love the little detail. I am always going to be the guy who loves the little extra detail EA Sports puts in there. We have down the road here, and then we kind of have like a bunch of freaking neighborhoods, which EA Sports loves putting neighborhoods in these stadiums, I swear. These maps are humongous, by the way, for no reason. If this is your first time watching this, congratulations. You're about to watch an absolute insane map size, because for no reason at all, these maps are freaking humongously crazy big. And there is so much to do for no freaking reason, which, again, EA Sports, please bring back presentations, you know, before the game. We give like a presentation of like a generalized look of outside, because I feel like there's so much area we could be seeing that we're not seeing because EA Sports doesn't have it on there. So little things like that, bring it back. Give us the greatness back, EA. It's what we want. Guys, make sure to like and subscribe button down below if you are indeed new, though. I do appreciate you guys. If you guys like to see me do another stadium, tell me down below which stadium you want me to do, and I'll definitely go ahead and get right on it. Again, like I said, this is kind of a series where you tell me what team you want me to do, and I'll go ahead and do so. So we did the Eagles already, and now we just did the Detroit Lions. So we're going to go ahead and kick off whatever one you want to see next. See you guys in the next one, though. Peace.